What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the OG family. Make sure y'all smash that like button, subscribe on my channel only if you want to. But look, my beautiful people, we got this top 10 greatest police chases of all time. You feel me? Look, man. Hey, I know some of y'all that's tuning into these videos, y'all goddamn been playing a lot of Grand Theft Auto, or y'all done did this in real life, so don't even play with me. But look, man, let's get this video right here like 2,000 likes, and let's just hop straight into this video right here without further ado. Oh, buddy, cuz put. That's not a police chase, bro.
Crazy police chases don't just exist in video games and movies. The police have to always be prepared to chase down criminals, even if those criminals have some pretty creative ways of evading capture. Whether the
Hey, bro, I'm still tight, bro. How he going to the bushes and stuff like that? Like, bro, you're trash.
their vehicle of choice is a convertible, an RV, or a skateboard, they figure out how to keep running for as long as they possibly can. And whether they're a hardened criminal or just a little kid, police are gonna have to find a way to pull them over. Let's take a look at some of the greatest real-life police chases of all time. Some criminals think that in order to beat the police, you have to become the police. This was the case for one man who was chased by police after he decided to steal a pickup truck. He crashes the stolen truck in the desert in a cloud of sand and jumps out, using the confusion to his advantage and taking off into the bush. It looks like he might try to flee on foot or hide from the police, but what he does instead is wait for the officers to start chasing him and then double back. He heads toward the abandoned police cruisers on the side of the road, completely unnoticed by the officers. And lucky for him, they left their keys in the ignition. Helicopters watch as he takes off in the stolen cruiser and even...
Yo, that's so fucking funny. Look, that was not supposed to happen, yo. They used to train us because I was in the Air Force and I was like a cop at first. So the thing is, man, look, when you leave your vehicle, you're not supposed to leave the keys in the ignition, bro. You'll fail your evaluation that way too. Like, come on, bro. Like, what's wrong with these real cops? Well, I ain't gonna say real cops. I was a federal police officer. Like, it's different. Different
passes
levels.
by other
Different
officers on their way to lend backup.
Ah,
who
trash,
think he's
bro.
one of them. But eventually, they catch on to him once the car is reported stolen, and he's finally cornered and taken into custody. But we're sure it was a strange day for the officers who got a lot more than they bargained for by having to chase down their very own patrol car.
They got in trouble, bro.
A woman by the name of Caitlin Rodriguez shocked Texas when her police chase turned into a family affair. The 29-year-old was caught speeding down Route 90 at 100 miles an hour after cops tried to pull her over on outstanding warrants. The woman knew she was wanted, so she thought her best chance at freedom was a high-speed chase down the highway.
What?
But it turns out that she wasn't the only one in the car. After her Mercedes SUV crashes into the back of a pickup truck, she jumps out and retrieves her baby, car seat and all, from the back seat. Then she dashes across several lanes of the busy highway, avoiding cars with her baby still in hand, and tries to steal herself a brand new ride. But carjacking can't be so easy with a baby in tow, and she's apprehended by police before she can even get the car started. The baby, thankfully unharmed, was carefully removed from the car.
Man, that's crazy, bro. Like, she got a whole live baby, bro. Like, she got a whole live baby. But look, man, I ain't see that on the news. If they was black, that would have been everywhere.
52-year-old Julianne Rainbird was struck trying to evade police in an RV after they tracked her down for identity theft. Rainbird bought the RV with an identity she'd stolen. So when the identity theft was reported, the police were almost immediately on her tail. Police approached the RV first, but Rainbird frantically sped away.
I thought it was
Obvious
about
that
to
it was
hit.
difficult for her to control the large vehicle and that she was in a completely panicked state. Unable to weave through traffic, she smashes into at least 6 cars and a palm tree, causing more and more damage to the RV as she goes. But she continues to drive even with gaping holes in the vehicle. Turns out she wasn't the only one in the car. She brought along her 2 furry friends. At one point, her dog seems to have enough and decides to jump.
Oh,
Don't
no.
worry, the dog ended up being just fine. But a second dog appears, and it's clear he wishes he'd jumped out too. The RV
No.
finally comes to a halt, and Rainbird decides to run on foot. But she's quickly outrun by the police and taken into custody. And her dogs, the unwilling accomplices to her reckless driving, were taken somewhere safe.
Oh, that's crazy, bro. Like, you ain't gonna do that to the dog. You did that? Baby girl, look, you caught you in an RV. Who are you out running in this RV, though? Look, man, so give her time. Give her, like, a whole life sentence because that was just stupid, bro.
Running from police in style seems better reserved for games like GTA. But two burglars in Los Angeles thought that they should turn being chased by police into a star-studded moment. The two men drove down
they know they
Hollywood
was getting
Boulevard
caught
in a Ford Mustang convertible and were seen pulling donuts, dancing in the seats, pumping their fists in the air, and just genuinely having a good time as police chased them for about an hour and a half. Their chase even gained a number of followers.
The cops are coming!
As people live tweeted the event as they watched them speed down the busy boulevard. The chase lasts all the way to South LA, with the two men soaking up the attention the whole time, before they finally pull over to take some selfies with fans as they wait for police to catch up. It seems like the duo wanted to go out in style as they complied peacefully with the officers when they arrived. Do you think you'd try to take advantage of your 5 minutes of fame too? If you ever ended up in a police chase, let us know in the comments.
Hey, you know what? That's some G shit right there. Look, if you ever gonna go down like that. Don't go out and be shooting and shit. Like, look, man, it's just a car. You just stole the car or you did some bullshit. But that's the way I would. That's the way I would do it right there.
Crash that could have ended very violently went down in Phoenix, Arizona. 31-year-old Mitchell Timothy Tybalt tried to avoid capture after police tried to stop him for a moving traffic violation.
Okay.
Instead of pulling over, he speeds up, and police are forced to use stop sticks to try and slow him down. But he avoids them. He speeds, and then starts to exceed 100 kilometers per hour.
Hey, Timothy ain't having
him in, but that doesn't work either. He rams a patrol car and veers off, picking up even more speed as he darts away. Obviously, he had to slow down at some point, and cops were just hoping he wouldn't collide with another driver. But, of course, all this concluded in a head-on, high-speed collision between Tybell's red SUV and a black SUV. Black smoke fills the air, and things don't really look good for either of the drivers. Tybell's vehicle even rolls a few times before coming to a complete stop. But amazingly, after such a high-speed accident, Tybell is uninjured, as is the driver of the other vehicle. He was then taken into custody and driven off in a patrol car at a much slower speed. A man who stole...
But he's crazy, bro. He's just lucky to be alive, y'all. Did y'all see that? Did he have his seatbelt on or something? Because, look, a lot of people get ejected from the vehicles and stuff like that. That's crazy. Is it worth it, bro? Your driving skills wasn't that. You went in the car to get away. Like, y'all are in the wrong cars. I'm not trying to tell y'all what to do. Look, I'm not trying to... Look, don't have the face watching this video. It's not the right car, though. None of these.
Stole a lumber truck and took it on a joyride through a town, gave a whole new meaning to the term hot pursuit. The man was chased by police after he stole the vehicle and started doing donuts on a busy street. He was also waving at people and seemingly enjoying his ride as pedestrians cheered him on.
Stupid.
But despite how much people were enjoying the show, the vehicle was dangerously swinging across the highway and blocking traffic, moments away from causing an accident. When police started to pursue, things got a little too hot for the driver. One of his tires is shot out, and he loses control of the vehicle. The back of the truck starts to catch on fire, and the flame continues to grow as he continues fleeing. Flaming debris even starts to roll down the highway.
You gonna hit the bus with it?
Of his vehicle. He's eventually brought to a stop and taken out of the vehicle before the fire can spread. But it's a pretty close call. If anyone on this list was happy to have police pull him out of his vehicle, it's probably this guy. Some car thieves don't even prefer cars as their main method of transportation.
Bro, you can't
run. The case
run.
of a man in Los Angeles who was chased by cops after stealing a BMW sedan. The driver speeds through red lights and weaves through traffic to avoid capture, but he eventually crashes into the back of a vehicle stopped in traffic. But that didn't mean it was over for this thief.
Where the hell did he get the skateboard from?
Leaving the car behind and using another means of transportation was the best bet. The man hops out of the BMW with his trusty longboard in hand.
How?
He runs into oncoming traffic and hops onto his board once he reaches the sidewalk.
Fuck out of
Riding it
here.
for about a block before he has to run into traffic again. His joyride is then thwarted by the driver of a pickup truck who blocks his path, allowing police to finally corner and capture him.
He can
Turns
jump off
out
the
that
pickup truck?
driver was actually a bit of a celebrity. It was actor Lou Pizarro, who starred in the True TV show Operation Repo. So at least this guy had a pretty cool story to tell in jail. A drive through some wide open spaces might seem like a fun time, but we're sure it was stressful for this Oklahoma driver. A man in a stolen truck took police on a chase through country roads and then wide open fields when they tried to corner him. The driver seems to have some fun at first, even pulling donuts, before another vehicle pulls up and shoots at the truck. Panicked, the driver takes off through the fields and then ends up driving straight into a pond when trying to reverse away from the police. He then clumsily gets out of the vehicle and trudges through the water as fast as he can, which is not very fast given the swampy conditions. The police have some trouble following him in, but he's eventually caught and put soaking wet into the patrol car. We're sure that he didn't imagine his day ending in such a sinking situation.
Who the hell got out and shot at him though? Like, that's what I'm thinking about. Like, who the fuck was shooting at him? You can't shoot at him because he wasn't putting nobody's life in danger. Like, he was really like out in the wilderness and y'all just had to chase his ass. So y'all can't just be shooting at him though. Like, I don't know. That's my thing. Like, that's real talk. You can't. Let me know where that's justified at.
You don't have to be an experienced driver to be the subject of a police chase. You don't even have to have a license or be of legal age. Like this 10-year-old Ohio boy who was taken into custody after leading police on a high-speed chase that ended when troopers boxed him in along the Ohio Turnpike. But this wasn't even the 10-year-old's only joyride. A second chase took place just 2 weeks later, and this time, the boy was more evasive. He drove onto a grassy berm at a slow speed to avoid the officer's stop sticks. A trooper was able to gently nudge the vehicle into a post with his cruiser and block his getaway. And the child was thankfully unhurt. So why would he take his parents' car out for a joyride in the first place? Well, the first time he told officers that he was just bored. But the second time? Yeah, that's because his mother took away his PlayStation.
Yo, fuck out of here.
Temper tantrum. That Ohio...
He was like, yo, I can't play Grand Theft Auto, so I'm gonna do this shit in real life. I'm trying to see how many stars I can get right now.
Boy was not the first or the last kid to get arrested for taking his parents' car on a joyride. What about these two kids who found themselves getting a talking to by the Portage police chief for reckless driving and endangerment? Not even tiny children in their tiny cars are above the law. But all jokes aside, some really young kids have been involved in police chases. Like this 9-year-old driver and his 4-year-old passenger, who were pulled over for the second time while driving a car they'd stolen from their parents. A 911 caller reported that the vehicle appeared to be operated by 2 young children and that they were not able to keep the vehicle in the correct lane of traffic. A Washington County Sheriff's deputy responded and was able to intercept the vehicle about 3 miles away from the location of the initial 911 call. While he was in pursuit, the 9-year-old drove the vehicle into a ditch. Thankfully, he wasn't going very fast and no one was hurt. But we hope that this is the last time that these 2 siblings decide to drive themselves to Grandma's house.
Look, it was one sibling. It ain't 2. Look, man, you can't. Both of us can't get in trouble because this motherfucker want to take the car. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, look, stop playing with me. But look, man, let me know how y'all felt about this video right here. If y'all was if y'all was a child, I know in my history, my brother did some shit like this. He done drove through some shit. He done drove through like a whole building. Like when we were younger than that. He drove a car through something. But I ain't gonna get into too many details. But it is what it is. You feel me? Look, I'll have him tell that sometime on this channel. But look, like I always say, man, spread love because there's too much hate in this world. Love you guys. See you on the next video. Follow my social media if you haven't already. And look, man, I'm excited for this move, man. Like, this is all because of y'all. Y'all made my dreams come true. Everything I want to do in my life, I'm accomplishing. It's partly because of y'all, you know? And I'm not gonna forget that day by day, you know, and we doing this together, and y'all gonna see the results pretty soon. I just can't wait, man. Like, I love y'all, man. I'll see y'all next video, and I'm out though. Bye.
She think I'm a flex on her when I roll up. From the toes up, when it comes to my drip, it's different.